Good morning, Raja Scholars and Champions, and welcome back to the second day of school for the 2020-2021 school year. We are so glad to have you back, and we want to say an official welcome. And I'm going to start off our broadcast for the next couple of weeks until all of our new impact students that are in the broadcast class can work with Mr. Buck and develop some of those wonderful skills. You guys always produce a tremendous Raja report, and I look forward to working with you. So I'm going to start the year off because we want to make sure we have one every day, and then as they get ready, they'll be taking over. First, I want to say how proud I am of all of you for yesterday tuning in and getting online. I know we had a challenge, and I'll talk about that in just a moment. But first, I want to say, Raja that. Yesterday, we had so many of you emailing and texting with messages of positivity, respect, integrity, determination, and excellence. You were trying really hard to be online for every one of your classes, and we had some glitches, but you were there and concerned about being online. And so many of you shared some wonderful, positive stories with your teachers and how glad you were to be back. So thank you for that. We want to say how grateful we are to be back in school, even though it's online. We would love to be in person, but we are so glad to have you back. We have missed you very, very much. So with that, I first want to give a huge shout out. If you missed this, it is in my Google Classroom that I'll tell you about on the next slide, that if you didn't sign up for it yet. And this is on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter. I want to say what an amazing job yesterday. At the end of the day, 8th period, we had our first virtual pep rally. And Ms. Gilbert, you knocked it out of the park. Her and her crew, she was supported and helped by Miss Madi up here in the office, and by two of our impact students, Miguel Millan and Alfredo Sanchez, and they did all of the editing of this virtual pep rally. And all of our ASB, Renaissance, dance, cheer, teachers, community, all these people that were involved, what a great job you did. If you haven't seen it, you've missed out. You got to see it. It is online, and I have it on the last slide in period 8. If you go to the virtual classroom and you look at the day 1 Google slide presentation, it's at the very end. But you can also see this online on YouTube and on Facebook and Twitter. But they did a phenomenal job to welcome everybody back for a great new year. Now, yesterday, I know several of you saw this message or you had trouble connecting in. So let me tell you what's happening. That should have been fixed last night, and the school district office sent out a message from technology to every student and every parent so that you know what to do to upgrade your Chromebook if you got this message and how to get through the glitch. During the day, several of you were emailing or calling the office or texting me or the other assistant principals, and we were trying to help as fast as we could. But remember, with 2,090 students enrolling, plus another 2,090 moms and dads, the amount of emails and text messages and calls, our phones were so busy and we couldn't even have everybody get through. A lot of you figured it out. I kept sending messages to tell you what to do on your Chromebook, and I'm going to be sending those out again, but you should have that last night. If you're watching this, hopefully if you're watching this in class, you've already figured it out. If you're at home watching this through the Google Classroom, check your email because that was sent out to both you and mom and dad on your email so that you could fix this on your Chromebook. So we do want to make sure you get checked in and you get to be a part of class every day. We got this, and I want to say how proud I am yesterday because so many of you texted and emailed and said, I don't want to be marked absent, I'm trying, I don't want my teacher to think I don't care or I'm not here. Don't worry, nobody's attendance is going to be negative. The district office last night sent the message and posted on their webpage that attendance for yesterday is going to be taken care of. We'll get that information to teachers. They're sharing with us what to do, and we will share that with teachers, and we will fix that. Don't panic. Don't worry. But I am really proud of the integrity and the determination when you emailed or texted and said, I don't want my attendance to be marked down. I want my teacher to know I'm trying. Your teachers know you're trying. They know because several of them got messages, and they were even trying to teach and help you at the same time when they were getting messages. So don't worry about your teachers. They know how much you were trying, and they were just as concerned. So we understand. Don't let the anxiety get you down. We'll get through this together. This is brand new, and we'll make it. Now, some of you that have not yet picked up your textbooks and your ID card and all of that, Now, instead of the gym, we've moved that up here to the library. You'll check in at the office, and someone will then escort you back so that we can get your ID picture and your textbooks for those few of you that haven't done so yet. We want to make sure it's done safely, and we can't let you just come on campus. We need to escort because we got to keep everyone socially distant and everyone safe. We do not want anyone to be in danger, and safety right now is number one. Now, the second piece is several of you said, I didn't get this workbook or I didn't get this textbook because they were out. I understand that. Remember that when the pandemic hit, some companies shut down because they were producing face masks and sanitizer, and now they've gotten back in business. Or because of the pandemic and they were having people off work temporarily, some of the things that need to be shipped to us across country from the companies that are producing our textbooks or our workbooks, some of those deliveries are really, really slow. And it's taken extra time because of the safety measures. As those come in, what we will do is to make this easy. I don't want you to miss class. So I'm not going to say, come pick it up between 8 and 12 in the parking lot for a grab and go. I'm going to do an evening grab and go, probably like 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock. Every time something comes in, we will let you know and say, this workbook came in or this textbook came in, and we'll tell you when to come, and we'll do it in the evening so that way mom and dad are off work. It can bring you, because I don't want you to walk all the way here in this hot weather, and I don't want you to miss your class. So we'll do some evening grab and goes as those things come in, so you can do it out in the front parking lot, fast and easy, and we'll get you everything you need. Your teacher knows what's not here, so don't worry. Some of you said, but I don't have a book for this, and I'm going to have an assignment this week. Your teacher knows if we don't have a book because they haven't arrived yet, and they're taking care of that. They will let you know. Don't worry. We got your back. They know it. We know it. And we're going to make sure you're okay. So when those things come in, we'll have them ready for you. And several of your teachers, especially in math, have some special workbooks that go with your textbooks. And yesterday, some of those were brought up here to the office, the first group of those. And as we get them, we'll make them available. So relax and know we're going to take care of it for you. Now, at the same time, yesterday, if you were online, you were asked to join my school-wide classroom. This is a Google Classroom that's not for a grade, and it's not first through 8th period. This is a separate one for the entire school. You'll see the code on the screen. The reason I'm asking every student to join it, this is where I put special information and things to make it easy for you to find. Right now, I'm going to put the broadcast there every day. So I have the welcome back broadcast from last week, and I'm going to put the ones from every day. I put the form on there, so if you have technology problem, you forgot your password, your Chromebook won't work, that technology form that you got by email that tells you what to do, it's on there. If you are requesting a schedule change, which we'll talk about on the next slide, if there's a problem with your schedule, there's a form there that you fill out to your counselor, because remember, if you email them, they have 450 students, and if everybody emails them, you can't do 450 emails a minute. It takes a while to get through all of them. So you fill out the form, and they're working as fast as they can. All the things you need, we're putting there. I put a copy of the planner. Even though you have one, I put a digital version of the planner there. And as we have important information and flyers and things that you need to know, I will put it in that Google Classroom. I put the bell schedule there for you as well. So I'm trying to think of things that you need, that everyone needs, and we'll put it in the classroom. Now, I want to first remind you, ignore the bell schedule in the planner, because remember, when we sent the planner to be printed, we put what we think our schedule would be if we were back full time. Right now, we're using the virtual learning schedule for when we're off campus. That's in the plan, or in the Google Classroom. You might want to cut that out, print it, cut it out, and paste it in your planner so that you have a copy in front of you. But that's what that Google Classroom's for. So please take this code down and join the Google Classroom for our entire school, so that we can share those kinds of information. When we get ready to talk about yearbook, because we're going to have some really interesting yearbook pages this year, because we want to document this very unusual year, I'll have information there for you too as we talk about how to share pictures. Now, as I said a moment ago, for class schedules, there's a form you need to fill out that's in that Google Classroom, and I'd send it to you in your MyDS account, and I send it to your parents in their email account. If parents don't have an email, or don't have a computer, what I'm asking you to do is open your Chromebook every week and let them go on the web page to see the letter I send every week. Every weekend, I email a video and an email and a letter to the parents, kind of like this broadcast, that kind of tells them what's happening at school so that they're informed. If they don't have a computer, please show them on your Chromebook, take them to the school webpage and let them see that letter. That's important. Now, for those class schedules, if you are missing a class, or if you have two of something, for some reason, maybe you have two English classes instead of one, or you're in two science classes that are the same. Those are the things we need to know. But for you to send a class schedule request and says, oh, I want this teacher, not that teacher, not going to happen. Oh, I want to drop this because it's going to be too hard and I don't want to do that much work. Not going to happen. We're here to learn and help you to stretch and grow. Not here to just spend 7 hours a day of kicking back and saying, I already know this, I don't have to learn anything, it's an easy grade. That's not what we're here for. We're here to help you learn so that you can be successful in life. So trying to take the easy way out isn't going to cut it. We don't want to do enough to get by. As I said yesterday in my broadcast in period 1, it's not okay to do enough. As a Raja, we want to do our best. And why do we do our best? Because everything you're learning here is going to help equip you and make you the best you can be for that future college or career and the training you're going to do and being able to be successful for the rest of your life. So I want you to think carefully when you send in that request. Also, we've had several of you asking questions about the meals. We have applied for the federal government lunch program so that everyone would qualify for lunch and breakfast. We should have that notice in the next few days, but right now, for those of you that had to pay for lunch or breakfast last year, it's still the same for the next couple of weeks until we get that official notice, but I know it's coming, so I'm really happy about that. But what I want to remind you of is the meals, instead of 8 to 10, are now 7:30 to 10, so that for parents it's easy to get here before your classes start. It'll be 7:30 to 10 on Monday, and you'll get two sets of meals, and then they come back Wednesday and they'll get meals for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So right now it's twice a week at the front, just like we did during summer, and we want to make sure everyone knows. Now, let's say you have a brother or sister that goes to the middle school or to one of the elementary schools. Does your parent have to go to every single school? That was in the first notice, but the district changed that to make it easier for your families so that you can go to one place, show the identification from parent view to show who's in their family, or a copy of an ID card, something to show how many, and they can pick those meals up in one school. So they can come to ours and get the meals for your elementary or middle school brother and sister also, and not have to make double trips. Last but not least, a huge happy birthday shout out from Renaissance. We want to say happy birthday to Miss Arias in our attendance office, to Mr. Murray in our social science department, and then to the following students, a happy birthday to Luis Aguilar Mendoza, Bianca Araiza, Isabella Gonzalez, Hannah Marvick, Roxana Rodriguez Soto, and Giovanni Valdez. Happy birthday. We hope you have a great celebration today. Don't forget, if you need a face mask, we have black ones and blue ones that have the mascot, or we have them that have Rajas on them. I have them up here in the office, and the proceeds for that are what's going to help our athletic program once we get back up and running. Also, if you bought an ID card, if you bought an ASB card, not just the ID, but if you bought ASB, you even get a $1 discount on your face mask. And now, it wouldn't be the same without the joke of the day. This is something that Impact did every day. And Mr. Mangan, one of our English teachers that was here before, gave them a silly joke book. And this has been the tradition. So I got to keep the tradition alive. I don't have a salute to a club or a sport yet. I did that in the spring. We'll start that up again. But today our salute is to the use of technology. Your teachers worked really hard and put together Google slide presentations, and yesterday we had one all day with all of the activities to help you be successful. So here's our joke of the day for technology. Why did the Google slide presentation cross the road? To get to the other slide, of course. And now, a final thought for the day. I want to just remind you, as always, be proud of how hard you are working. We know that this year you're not going to do enough. You're going to do more than enough and do your best. It's a very different time and a different way for us to have school, but we know that you can do it and you're going to work hard and still learn. So be proud of how hard you're working. I want you to stay safe, stay helpful, stay calm. We want everybody to be able to come back when this pandemic is over and when it's safe enough. I'll see you tomorrow on the next broadcast.